The air in the rental house was thick with the scent of pine and something ancient. Liam, Chloe, Maya, and Finn, 4 friends seeking a digital detox trip, had finally arrived in a tiny, forgotten town nestled in the Czech countryside. The house was perfect, isolated, tucked down a long, unpaved lane with no neighbors in sight. It was just them in the woods. Wine flowed, music played, and the friends laughed until their voices cracked. They toasted to being miles away from everything. It was exactly what they needed. Midnight. A comfortable silence had settled over the house. Liam was already asleep. Chloe and Finn were whispering in the living room, and Maya was reading a book in bed. Chloe frowned. "Did you invite anyone?" she mouthed to Finn. Finn shook his head, instantly curious. Maybe the host forgot something. They roused Liam and Maya. All 4 trooped to the heavy oak door. Finn threw it open. The porch was empty. Just the blackness of the woods and the sound of wind chimes somewhere far away. They shrugged it off. A branch, maybe. A local kid playing a prank. A little weird, but fine. They went back to bed. Chloe shot upright. Okay, that was definitely a knock. Finn grabbed his phone, ready to record, half jokingly. He opened the door again. Still empty. No footprints, no car headlights, nothing. Now, the fear started to prickle. Liam locked the door, throwing the deadbolt. The knocking was soft again. A gentle, rhythmless scrape-tap-tap against the wood, like wet fingers trying to find purchase. Maya was breathing quickly, staring wide-eyed at the door. "It knows we're here," she whispered. The house shook. It sounded less like a fist and more like a shoulder slamming against the wood, desperate to get in. They scrambled to the kitchen, huddling together, listening to the wood groan. Liam checked his phone. No signal. "It's a huge place," Chloe stammered, tears welling up. "Maybe it's just coming from the back." She pointed to the hallway leading to the bedrooms. They held their breath, listening for the next terrifying sound to come from the front door. But the next sound didn't come from the front. It came from the door right behind them, the one leading to the kitchen pantry. Quiet, small, polite little knock. And then, a second later, they heard the deadbolt on the front door slide back. Finn wrenched it open, shining his phone light inside. The small pantry was not empty. The shelves were cleared, and instead, 3 items were arranged meticulously on the floor. A set of 4 dusty, identical wooden dolls, a black notebook, and a small, smooth river stone. Maya snatched the notebook. It was filled with swirling, erratic handwriting in a language none of them understood. "It's Czech," Liam said, his voice flat, but old, dialect. Chloe pointed to a single page marked with a dried, dark stain. On it, only 3 words were written. Liam's eyes widened. It says, "This house requires a deposit." The realization hit them like a physical blow. The knocking wasn't the visitor trying to get in. It was part of a ceremony. They bolted for the front door, the one that had been loudly unlocked moments ago. Finn grabbed the handle and pulled. It didn't budge. They shoved, kicked, and threw their weight against the heavy oak. It was sealed, jammed tight, as if heavy furniture had been stacked against the outside. They looked through the small, high window pane by the door. Standing in the pale, misty light of the yard was a figure. It was the house host, the frail, elderly woman who had rented them the house hours before. She was standing perfectly still, her face obscured by the fog. In her hand, she wasn't holding the keys. She was holding a heavy, rusted mallet. She didn't look at the house. She looked at the woods. And then, slowly, deliberately, she raised the mallet. She hit the siding of the house with a slow, steady, rhythmic blow. Not loud, but purposeful. "What is she doing?" Chloe sobbed, burying her face in Liam's shoulder. "Why is she knocking?" Finn stared, horror crystallizing into understanding as he looked down at the wooden dolls on the pantry floor. "She's not trying to get in," he whispered, his voice cracking. "She's not the one knocking." The host hit the house one more time. Then she stepped back, dropped the mallet, and disappeared into the fog without a word. The house fell silent. A deadly, absolute silence. They were trapped. Then, from the upstairs bedroom where Maya had been reading earlier, they heard a faint, high-pitched giggle. And then, coming from somewhere deep inside the walls of the house, a slow, methodical tapping began. It wasn't loud, but it was coming from all the walls, surrounding them, trapping them between four echoing boundaries. The deposit had been accepted,